The only issues on the case debate is, are there a significant problem to change the status quo, and can they solve it? So let's talk about the significance of the problem in contention 1. In A, B, and C, they're saying that the significant problem is that people need to be able to fight off crime at a moment's notice because the police can't be there. That's the whole point of those 3 subpoints. My first argument to all of that is that there is no proof that anyone in the status quo wants the right to defend themselves before the police get there. This would only be a significant problem if people wanted to defend themselves. My second argument is that there is no evidence from the affirmative in either the 1AC or the 2AC, and conceded in cross-examination, that Californians are wanting to fulfill the role of the police. My third argument is the police are doing just fine. They come when we call them, and they come as quickly as they can. And there is no proof anywhere. Our argument is that their lack of response is calling upon citizens to come forth and say, I want a gun to defend myself. There is no proof that any of this is a significant problem in the status quo. In subpoint D, they say that California has a high number of homes with guns. And please extend my argumentation. This proves a couple of things. Number one, it proves that we don't have a significant problem. People that want to defend themselves with guns have guns. Clearly, they have them in their homes. Secondly, it also proves that guns don't automatically stop crime, because some of these crimes that they're talking about are happening in the homes where the guns exist. My third argument is that this does not meet the test of significance. It does not prove that we suddenly need to put a gun in everybody's hand because there are violent crimes occurring. And why doesn't it meet the standard of significance? Because they have not detailed which of these crimes are happening outside of the home and which of them are happening in the home. And until they do that, it doesn't meet the test. Subpoint E is that there are lots of different crimes. I've already extend my argumentation. There is no distinguishing between in and out home on the crime level statistics they give. My second argument is that we can assume a lot of those crimes are happening in the home, which means, again, this is not a significant problem. You can only count the crimes that happen outside the home for these concealed weapon permits. And you can only count those crimes that occur to people who wanted to have a gun in the first place. Because if it happens to me, I didn't want a gun, and I'm not going to go get a gun because of it. And so you can't count Matt Taylor as a significant problem, because I'm never going to own a gun. You can only count significance for those people who are being denied a gun right now, and there is no proof that anyone is being denied that gun. In contention 2, we talk about whether they can fix this problem. Well, first of all, there's no problem to fix, because nobody wants a gun that's being denied a gun. But the rest of the arguments still apply. He says there's no significant rates of accidents. My first argument is that any accident with a gun is significant. Guns kill, baby. You can't take that back. It's not like, oops, sorry. I mean, you're dead. So even though it's a small number of accidents, the accidents themselves are still serious. They're significant. They're life-altering, and they change and impact communities. And so our argument is that even though the number may be low, if you increase the number of guns in the status quo, there are going to be more accidents and more devastation. And clearly that's more important and more worthwhile than the small amount of crime they're going to stop. How much crime will they stop? Well, they do not have any evidence that distinguishes between shall and may carry states. They have evidence that says that shall carry reduces crime. They have evidence that says concealed weapon permits decrease crime. But our argument is that in California, everybody who wants a gun has one. You have one at home, or the California has given you the right to have a concealed weapon. There is no proof that increasing any more weapons in California will solve this problem. So at the end of the debate, what do you have? You have a pretty non-existent significant problem. You're not sure if adding more guns to the status quo will help. And when you consider the fact that adding more guns could potentially make things worse with our disadvantage, you don't change the status quo.